Hello everyone, welcome to the second part of the class making guide for Oblivion. Now, in today's episode, we're going to be looking at the warrior class. Now, what I recommend in the warrior class is either going Nord or Orc. Mainly because these two are the best of the warriors. Now, I really recommend Orc because they have a bonus in armor that's going to help you off early on in the game. And they have a higher heavy armor. Now, as I said in the last episode, it truly doesn't matter. If I wanted to, I could go make a Wood Elf warrior, and in the late game, he'd be just as good. He'd actually level up a little faster because his skills would be a little bit lower. Now, but what I recommend is using the Orc because they have a higher armor bonus. They have a higher heavy armor bonus in the beginning. They get the Berserker Rage, which is going to come really in handy, especially on the harder difficulties. And they get really useful. Now, on the other side, the plus side, the Nords, they have a resistance to cold. You know, they got light armor and heavy armor, and, you know, the blade block blunt. You know, they're more of a well-rounded group. But I recommend the Orc for using, because he's so much better, and that bonus to armor is really important, because early on, you know, you're repairing your equipment, you don't have money to repair. You don't have a lot of money, so it's cheap, you know, so it's better for you to repair it on your own. And in the end, it gets better because then you can go over the 100 lock, and then you can start putting added damage onto your stuff. It's really useful and really, really helpful. I prefer the Orc when I'm making my warriors on Oblivion. Alright, now, we've done this in the last episode, but you know that once you get here, you choose your birth sign, and your birth sign gives you certain bonuses. Now, as you know, my preference is not to get these things like the Apprentice, the Mage, like the Atronach. I don't get those. I don't like those. What I recommend for this warrior is get the Lady Stone because of the willpower and endurance, which will give you more health and more fatigue, but you don't get the strength bonus, which will give you more damage and more carry weight. Now, as you can see, the warrior is going to give you 10 to strength and endurance. I personally recommend on the higher playthroughs of going with this, go with the Lady Stone, use more of that. I personally don't use much power attacks in this game, so I'm going to use the Warrior Stone, and I like it so much better. It is so more useful than like, hold on, I apologize, than stuff like the Tower, which gives you, you know, you can unlock an average or less every day, and you get the Tower Warden, which reflects 5 points of damage for 120 seconds once a day. That stuff's cool, but later on it gets annoying. You know, and later on you just start forgetting about it and stuff like that. You know, it's only once per day, it starts to get annoying, because you need to use it, but you can't. So I recommend the Warrior Stone or the Lady Stone for this warrior build.
Signs I read.
Alright guys, so you know from the past one that, you know, Bars has some classes already set, like Acrobat, Agent, Archer, Assassin, Barbarian, Bard. But I recommend not doing this because you want to get what you want. Now, you can go Combat, Magic, or Stealth. Combat is going to get you a plus 10 in your skills, and they increase faster to Armor, Athletics, Blade, Block, Blunt, Hand-to-Hand, and Heavy Armor. That's the one we're going to be going for. Then you can get plus 10 to your magic skills, and they increase faster, which will be Alchemy, Alteration, Conjuration, Destruction, Illusion, Mysticism, and Restoration. Then you have Stealth, which is going to get you a plus 10 and increase faster in Acrobatics, Light Armor, Marksman, Mercantile, Security, Sneak, and Speechcraft. I recommend for the Warrior build going Combat-based. Then you have 2 skills. Now, here's the thing. You can go Strength and Willpower, Strength and Endurance, or Endurance and Willpower. This is really all based on how you want to play. Now, the thing is I recommend for sure on a warrior build getting Strength. If you're going to be playing on a higher difficulty, definitely want to have Endurance. If you're going to be playing on a really high difficulty, you may even want to go Willpower and Strength. But I recommend just for a basic playthrough and game, I recommend Strength and Endurance on your warrior build. And then for your 7 skills, obviously you're going to want Armor to repair your stuff. For the Orcs that I did not know, they don't get a bonus to Blade, but it's 15 to Blunt. So I recommend if you're going to use an Orc, use Blunt. If you're going to use the Nord, use Blade. Obviously, you're going to want Heavy Armor. I believe that's 4, isn't it? 4. And then you're going to want Restoration. Restoration is a huge skill that helps any type of warrior build. And then you're going to keep on going through here. You're going to look around. You're going to be like, well, what else can I throw on here that would kind of help this guy? Alteration's really good. You're going to get some armor bonuses there. That's a helpful skill to have, in my opinion. And then, you know, you have one more. So, let's say that you wanted to, like... Oh, crap, I can't think. Let's say you wanted Blade, or you could go... Oh, my bad. You could go Athletics to run faster and all that stuff, Regenerated Lost Fatigue faster. Athletics is kind of useful for a warrior build, because you're going to regenerate your fatigue faster, which means you're going to do power attacks faster. You're going to get those back. So I recommend, if you're going to use Blunt, or if you're going to use Blade, don't use both, and just grab Athletics. Now, I'm just going to call this the warrior build. And there we go. That is the warrior class. Looking like that. Looking like a boss. He looks so sexy. And that is basically it. That's how you set up your warrior class and get going. And that should be it for this video.